For the Magic, Hedo Turkoglu and Rashard Lewis both scored 19 against New Jersey on Wednesday night. Dwight Howard, Mo Evans, the former Laker, and Jameer Nelson. And for the Los Angeles Lakers, game 6 of their 9-game road trip, Vladimir Radmanovic is one forward along with Lamar Odom. The newly acquired Pau Gasol, his 3rd game with the Lakers, Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher. Red-hot shooter coming into tonight's game in the backcourt. And Phil Jackson, the 6th all-time winningest coach in history, NBA history, on the sideline for the LA Lakers. Stan Van Gundy with the terrific, better than 60% winning percentage as an NBA head coach at the helm for the Orlando Magic. Gasol matches up with Howard. Dwight backs him down and puts it in.
Extremely difficult matchup for Paul Gasol. Not something that he bargained for coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. He knew that Andrew Bynum not available yet. He does not really want to do the heavy lifting as far as pounding against big people inside.
When they get Andrew Bynum back, he'll move to the power forward position and let Bynum bang the big guys like Dwight Howard. Howard goes at him again, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Gasol.
Kobe Bryant trying to back off defensively against Maurice Evans to make that a more difficult entry pass to Dwight Howard. So the Magic post passers are going to make sure they have to get good angles.
Turkoglu an open 3. And the Magic scored the game's first 5 points against the LA Lakers, who played on Wednesday night in Atlanta and lost a close one to the Hawks 98-95.
You know, David, with all the scoring that the Lakers have done, the 3rd best in the NBA at about 107 a game. They are so much an improved defensive team this year.
Well, they are 5th in field goal defense. Doing a good job, but opposing team shoot just 44% from the field against them. Nelson. And the Magic off to a great start shooting the basketball. They lead 7-2.
Now, Kobe Bryant hit that last outside jump shot, but he has shot miserably in the last 2 games. 7 for 29.
Yeah, that's what's so scary.
Yeah. And he's playing with a dislocated right pinky. But so far,
doesn't look like it's
so dislocated.
2 jumpers by Kobe. His first shot was blocked by Hedo Turkoglu. Gasol flops and a foul on Dwight Howard. Referee Sean Corbin says Dwight committed the offensive foul, his first.
Yeah, with excellent position on that left block for Dwight. Really, Paul Gasol, nothing he could do. You know, if he plays behind like that, he's going to get clobbered. So all he could do was fall down.
Orlando leads 7-4. There was a delay of game warning called against the Magic. And Gasol scores for the first time, right? To cut the Orlando lead to 7-6.
You know, so much talk about how Paul Gasol would react to the triangle offense. So difficult to learn for players, or at least that's what the experts seem to say. But it's basic basketball.
Oh, I think it's a perfect situation for him.
Well, first of all, he's an outstanding passer. So when he handles the ball out at that, what they call the pinch post, the high elbows, he'll be very effective there. Be a pick and pop guy. Last time he just cut into an open area in the lane, as he does again. That's more the pinch post part of the triple post.
He averages 3 assists per game. And so he'll get a lot of assists with this LA team. Lewis for 3. Rashard Lewis with the 3. Hedo Turkoglu has knocked in a 3, and the Magic build a 4-point lead.
These are 2 of the faster-paced teams in the NBA. The Lakers are 6th in that department. The Magic are 10th.
Kobe well defended by Evans, who wanted a foul. Here comes Nelson. Jameer drives on Odom. Radmanovic rebounds. Here come the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, beautiful feed to Radmanovic.
And Kobe can pass as well. Radmanovic has been playing much better, and of course he's an outstanding outside shooter, but he has been going to the basket more and more. You know, this is already a good offensive team, and they'll be just that much better with the presence of Gasol on the floor.
Bryant runs at Lewis. Evans for 3. Magic averaged 9 threes per game, and they've already made 3 in the opening 4 minutes of the first period tonight. Kobe short on the jumper. Howard rebounds, and the Magic look to run, but the Lakers retreat defensively. Howard had Radmanovich on his back. And the Magic build a 7-point advantage.
You can see the early strategy right now. They don't want to foul Dwight Howard in and around the basket. And Phil Jackson has learned over time. Made some mistakes in those early years with the Chicago Bulls with Shaquille O'Neal as far as double teaming, ill-advised early in games, getting in foul trouble early in games. And the strategy pretty much now is give them a lot of stuff early on. Don't want to give them layups or dunks, and then go to the foul part of the game late in the fourth quarter.
And he still is getting about 12 free throw attempts per game. He's been at that mark almost all year long, so that really hasn't declined.
After a while, he just can't help it. He's just so active. He's so fierce around the basket that just the laws of nature take over. Defensive bodies gravitate to him, trying to stop him. That's when he foul him. There
goes Kobe. Kobe Bryant with 6 first-period points for the Lakers. Orlando 15, LA 10. 5 minutes gone in the first period.
And I think Kobe bristling a little extra the fact that late in the game down in Atlanta the other night, he had a big turnover that cost the Lakers a chance to win that game.
Joe Johnson did a good defensive job on him. Of course, that pinky was bothering him on Wednesday night.
But that was his only turnover in that game. In the New Jersey game, the one which he hurt that pinky early in the game, he had 7 turnovers.
I haven't noticed it affect his handling of the ball tonight so far. He hasn't shot especially well, but looks pretty good out there. Kobe Bryant, 3 of 7 already. Evans from the left corner. That's his favorite spot. This one rattles in and out. Howard rebound. Back to Mo. Oh. Howard with the nifty bounce pass assist on the back door. Kobe gets the whistle. Evans commits the foul, his first.
Well, the Magic are making a good defensive team. The Los Angeles Lakers look very, very ordinary right now, moving the ball very nicely, getting high percentage shots to Dwight Howard inside, that one inside to Maurice Evans. And when the Laker defense sinks in there, getting the ball around the perimeter.
Kobe Bryant shooting 83% from the free throw line. That's about what his career percentage is. 29 years old in his 12th year in the NBA, and already in the top 30 all-time in NBA scoring, with 20,622 coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, but he's already on track, Kobe Bryant, to take about 56 to 60 shots in this game.
Lewis. Radmanovich provides little resistance, and Richard gets an easy basket. The Magic scoring almost at will in the first period.
72% from the field for the Magic, 8 for 11.
Bad shot, Fisher. Rebound, Howard, who's got 5 first-quarter rebounds for the Magic. Ito, that European matchup with Radmanovich. Evans for 3 again. 8 points for the former Laker, Maurice Evans. You think he's pumped up to play these guys tonight? They're matched up with Kobe Bryant. Gasol under the rim.
Pretty quick move by Paul Gasol. He's just not going to be able to out-strength Dwight Howard close to the basket. He'll have to use his finesse, and he's got plenty of it.
Evans feeling it. Rebound Odom. Evans has taken 6 shots from the field. He might get 40 shots up tonight. Kobe turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Jameer. I think that's likely to happen. The other is much more likely. Turkoglu for 3. Halfway down, but somehow came out. Derek Fisher earns a trip to the free throw line. Jameer Nelson committing the personal, his first. And a former Laker, Maurice Evans, playing a little extra hop in his step tonight against his former club, the Lakers. Evans with 8 in the quarter for the Magic.
The key is trying to adjust playing with it. I mean, that's really the big key. You know, if you pick up the ball and your pinky feels like it's all the way on the other side of the basketball, and you just got to get used to playing with that kind of sensation.
Kobe just 3 of 13 against the Nets on the night he was injured, and a night later only 4 of 16 from the floor. So he missed 23 shots, David and Matty, in those 2 games, but tonight showing few effects, is he, of that injured hand.
He looks pretty good, Paul. He has 8 points, as you point out, already. You know, he's scheduled to participate in the 3-point shootout competition at All-Star Weekend in New Orleans with that finger. I guess he's got enough time for it to heal and go ahead and follow through. But Steve Nash, Peja Stojakovic, Jason Kapono, Daniel Gibson, Richard Hamilton. That's a pretty strong field. And Kobe Bryant, I hope he's able to compete. That should be fun to watch.
But that could be very embarrassing trying to be in that contest with a bad finger or a bad hand.
You don't want to do that.
Well, you'll be out the first round.
Exactly.
And it'll be forgotten quickly,
right
but you could put up just a terrible number. And I did read a couple places today where Kobe said he just may skip the All-Star game if his finger is still hurting him. Idle threat. I think that's an idle threat.
Well, the Magic raining threes in the first quarter. They've knocked down 4 in the period and lead by 9 points. Turkoglu has 2. Evans has 2. Lewis has 1. So that's 5. I said 4. It's 5 out of 8. It's even raining harder than I thought.
Got to get that abacus out.
Can't keep up. There's a 3 by Radmanovich. The Lakers answer with the 3-point shot by Radmanovich, who shoots 42% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they are not quite as prolific as the Magic, who on average take 25, make 9. They are 7 for 20 on average.
Hustling offensive rebound by Dwight Howard. Gasol failed to find Dwight. That's a big mistake. And a foul on Odom.
One of the shortcomings of this Magic team is the fact that they are not a big offensive rebounding team. 26th in the NBA, under 10 a game. And really Dwight the only threat to get offensive rebound. Now, that's a big one because he's got that green light to go to the offensive board at all times. But the Magic are so spread out at their offensive end because of the 3-point capability. And I think Stan Van Gundy is more concerned with getting back on defense, preventing fast breaks, than he is worried about getting second shot opportunities.
Brian Cook has checked in for the Magic, another former Laker. Kobe Bryant from Derek Fisher. Bryant with 10 points in the quarter.
I think that's where Maurice Evans learned that weak side cut, having to defend Kobe Bryant in training camps and practice sessions. Timed that beautifully on Derek Fisher's hard move to the baseline.
Jameer Nelson. 6 threes in the quarter. What about that? A club that averages 9 per game. Letting them fly tonight in Orlando. Radmanovich answers again. Radmanovich with 8 in the period. Deflection, but Jameer's got it. Little stop and pop by Nelson over Kobe Bryant. Contact with Kobe actually helped out Jameer, gave him some space. Jameer has 7 in the first period. Kobe tried to split the double team. Brian Cook, Maurice Evans. Kobe's former teammates get the steal. Howard trailing and throwing it down.
It's a good thing somebody didn't have their head under the net on that one. They got knocked out.
Or at least have a severe headache and be searching for some alleviation later on. Odom for 3.
I was just about to say, David, is Lamar Odom even out on the floor? His first shot attempt does have 1 rebound and 1 foul, but he's just kind of there.
That Might be the first time he's touched the ball. I can't recall him putting his hands on it. Can you?
Maybe to inbound it.
Oh, man. This is just getting sort of ridiculous, isn't it? 7 threes and a quarter for the Magic and 10 attempts from beyond the arc. Ryan Cook adding 3 more. And the Lakers shooting it well also.
There's a steal on the inbound pass by Radmanovic. Another 3.
Cook knocked it away again from Kobe, and it's out of bounds to the Lakers. So the Orlando Magic shooting a torrid 71% from the field. And a high percentage, too, by Dwight Howard.
He's going to either cut to the lane or cut baseline, or get some kind of a pin down or some kind of a fake up and lob to the basket.
The Lakers get the ball back, and they go right into Kobe Bryant posting up Keith Bogans. Follow-away jumper by Kobe Bryant, who has that look in his eye. This could be a big point total tonight for number 24. He's got 12 already. Keon Dooling and Keith Bogans checked in during the timeout. Howard gets it inside and throws it down again. This time it's DJ Benga who checked in, trying to stop the starting center of the All-Star game.
Yeah, now I think they would today, the Lakers would like to see Mabenga commit a foul there rather than give up the dunk.
Jordan Farmar. Howard way above the rim. Brilliant first quarter for Dwight Howard. 10 points and 7 rebounds.
And, you know, David, with the Laker defense sagging in on Dwight Howard, that's one of the main reasons why the Magic have had so many looks from beyond the arc.
And they're still not getting out on the shooters. Keon Dooling stepped in just inside the three-point line. Way down. I like the mix of inside-outside in his first quarter. Dwight Howard's had his touches, and the three-point shooters have had opportunities as well. Orlando's got 41 points. What's not to like about the offense? Kobe crossing over, throwing it down.
Uh-oh.
14 for Kobe Bryant in the first period. Well, the fans are getting their money's worth tonight. Dooling to Cook. Cook, another 3. What an apt ending to a thrilling 12 minutes of basketball, especially if you're a Magic fan and you like the long ball. Brian Cook with a hand in his face. That's a 7-footer. Radmanovic throwing up the right. Where the temperature today was about 72 degrees, beautiful sunshine, and a terrific first quarter of basketball. The Magic setting a franchise record 44 points in the first quarter.
And the Lakers were unable to slow down Dwight Howard, who was 5 for 5 from the field, and of course that's what they were trying to do to some degree, and were willing to give up some outside shooting, but I don't think they bargained for that.
8 of 11 from beyond the arc for the Magic. Donald Foyle starts the second period. Dwight Howard getting a breather. Ball kicked away by Kobe. Howard had 10 points, 7 rebounds in the first quarter. And the two ex-Lakers, Maurice Evans and Brian Cook, combined for 11 points in the first period against their former team.
But the three-point looks, David, for the Magic figured to disappear for a while Dwight gets his customary 5 or 6 minute rest here to start the second quarter.
That's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Magic. Ronny Turiaf unable to corral it. Turkoglu getting some attention to his left elbow.
I think they're going to adjust the shot clock since there was no Magic, or I should say no Laker possession.
Referee Bill Spooner. And the decision is to put the shot clock at 14.
Boy, Phil Jackson actually got out of his seat and walked almost up to midcourt to protest the 14 seconds that are put on the clock. Now that's saying something. Phil normally does not venture too far from his little elevated chair over there.
Well, you're right. He came almost to the midcourt line. wandering far from home. There's that throw. He has back problems and has a special chair. They travel with him. Well, if you're in rows 1 through 3, you might as well be behind the sun. Right behind that Laker bench. Rashard Lewis trickles off the rim. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. And a foul. Brian Cook trying to steal it away from his former teammate, picking up his first foul.
Magic going to what they feel is a mismatch with Rashard Lewis posting up Luke Walton. Hopefully that Rashard can get some good scoring opportunities, but hopefully maybe draw some double teams to keep that outside shooting going.
Bryant plays a two-man game with Turiaf, and an alert play by Keith Bogans to strip the ball away and out of bounds. Keith has been playing good defense the last couple of games, and that's keeping him on the floor because he has not shot the ball well.
No, not since last Saturday night in Indiana when he shot it very well. He was 4 out of 6 from beyond the arc. But since then has struggled mightily. Hasn't scored in the last 2.
Turiaf gets an offensive rebound, and Dooling fouls Kobe Bryant, putting him on the line. Kobe has come out here tonight with a vengeance, as you would expect. 7 for 29 from the field in their last 2 games with that sore right little finger.
Oh, and sometimes I know that annoys Phil Jackson from time to time, but when he comes with that much of an onslaught, because it tends to keep his teammates out of the game for long stretches. But I have to say at this point, David, he has not only tried to score quite a bit, but he's also looking to make the pass now and then, and they're getting some decent shots for their other guys. It's just their defense has just been, they just don't have an answer right now.
I was going to say 33 points in the first quarter. That should be enough to give you the lead.
And shooting, what, 59% from the field, but they just don't know what to do with Dwight Howard, and it's just opening up so many good looks for the Magic.
Farmar, excellent defender, matched up with Keon Dooling. Good defense by the Lakers. Magic just now getting into their half-court offense, and Bogans turns it over. Luke Walton ahead to Kobe. Turiaf back to Bryant. Lakers scoring off the Magic mistake, cut the lead to 7. Farmar's defense on Dooling had a lot to do with that, and Kobe almost picked that off.
I think the first indication that Kobe's hand is not totally right. It's hard to say that when he's done so many things, but he tried to steal that ball, jabbing his right hand out there, and then knew he might have made a mistake, tried to pull it back. I think why unable to control that. Nice little give and go with Ronny Turiaf. Magic 44, Lakers 37.
Have graduated from Rollins.
That's true, and I think we're probably close to about 150 different young men at least, and I've been the one that's the lucky one in this deal.
You're here with your family tonight. What's next up for the Tars? Where's your next game? Who do you play next?
Well, we're off this weekend, which is neat, so I'm spending some time with my family, and then we play Florida Tech Wednesday back, a conference game at our place, and so it gets cranking again.
You remember that opening night? You beat UCF on that night here.
I definitely remember. It was neat to be in this arena and see how it is, and so it was special to be here tonight.
You're special, Tom. Thanks so much.
Paul, thank you very much.
One of only 3 head coaches in Florida history, David, with over 500 wins.
Thank you, Paul. A 3-point shot by Sasha Vujacic gets the Lakers back to within 4. Tom Klusman, class act and a great basketball coach at beautiful Rollins College in Winter Park. Foyle is fouled by Turiaf and will go to the line. Congratulations to Tom for 500 victories. That foul on Turiaf, his first. And Adonal Foyle goes to the free throw line for the first time since December the 21st. That's 23 games without a free throw attempt for Foyle.
For a guy that throughout his career has struggled from the free throw line, but kind of shows you how well he has done in and around the basket with either catch and finish before he can get fouled or get an offensive rebound and stick it back before somebody can hack him and put him on the line.
Hedo Turkoglu returns for Brian Cook. Kobe Bryant gets his first rest. Hedo still massaging that sore left elbow. O'Donnell's just been waiting patiently for an opportunity to show off that free throw shooting form. Knocks them both down.
Shooter's touch on the second one.
And his lead is 6. Odom traveled. His intent was to pass to Turioff, and he didn't see a Magic defender in the passing lane till too late.
But still, Lamar Odom continues to just be so passive out there. He's only taken the one shot and made it. You know, with Bynum there and Bynum, Gasol, and Bryant, Lamar Odom figures to be a fourth option, which is fine for his personality, but the Lakers desperately want to get more out of him. They want him to be more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
Here's Foyle again, rejected by Turioff. Farmar starts a Laker fast break. They're 4 against 3. And a terrific play by Keon Dooling. Odom brought it down around his knees, and that gave Dooling a chance to strip it against the 6'9" Lamar Odom.
The only place Keon could do anything is Lamar Odom showing him the ball down there. Good strip. You could tell that Odom wanted to make up for that last bad play that he made, and now he'll probably try to force some things.
Speaking of forcing, Rashard Lewis tried to thread the ball in there to Hedo Turkoglu. Now the Lakers with a chance to close the gap again. Farmar. Bogans takes the rebound and heads the other way. Orlando scored only 2 points in the quarter. Make it 5 as Bogans breaks out of his shooting slump. An 0 for 8 slump over the last 2 games. 7 of those 8 shots from beyond the arc.
Odom continues to work out on the perimeter. You would think they would put him into the post, where he is an effective player, or as a scorer, as a passer. And Turioff taking outside shots. What's going on here? Is there a full moon out there?
It's opposite day. Dooling. Bogans made 1, not 2. The Magic still up by 8. And Vujacic will get to the free throw line. Hard charging, make that a 9-point Magic lead, 49-40. And the foul, I think, will be on Turkoglu. It'll be his first.
I remember when we saw the Lakers way back in early December with the Magic knocking them off that night. That made them 9-8, and they looked like they were going to just kind of muddle through and be a close to a 500 team, which at that point looked like that might be good enough for 8th spot in the Western Conference. It's probably going to be about a 45-46 wins to get it now, but they were on a tear after that. Andrew Bynum was playing extremely well. Kobe Bryant, Vujacic picked his game up. Walton in and out of the lineup, and Lamar Odom had been playing well. Jordan Farmar, Derek Fisher. They really started to play good basketball, and then with Andrew Bynum going out is kind of when Mitch Kupchak, the general manager of the Lakers, started looking around, and Paul Gasol landed in his lap unexpectedly.
Gasol back in the game. Nelson, he checks in and goes right by Jordan Farmar, and Farmar is not very happy with his teammates right now. Nobody protected the rim for him. Jameer Nelson with 9 points tonight. The Magic lead is double digits again. Kobe Bryant didn't sit long, did he? He's back in the game. And Gasol knocks down a jumper. 8 points for Pau Gasol. And the Lakers cut the lead to 8.
When he was traded to the Lakers from the Memphis Grizzlies, had been playing with a bad back and missing some games with that bad back. And it still continues to bother him. Of course, joining a new team like the Lakers, he's going to do everything he can to stay in the lineup.
That looked like just an out-of-control play by Kobe Bryant, but he gets the benefit of the whistle. And a second foul on Hedo Turkoglu.
And Kobe tried to go slow to fast. It just looked like he lost the ball. He started feeling for his uppers and lowers, but the crowd here at Amway Arena able to see that up on the Jumbotron. Thought he may have been faking.
A lot of grumbling and mumbling going on here as Kobe misses the first of 2 free throws. He's 4 out of 5 at the line tonight. had 14 points in the first period. And now has 18 after sitting about 3 minutes of the second quarter. 19 for Kobe Bryant, 7-point advantage for the Orlando Magic, who have not trailed in the game to this point. With the Magic maintaining the lead, Dwight Howard getting an extended rest on the bench. Offensive foul, it'll be Turkoglu's third personal. So Hito will have to come out of the game.
Hito being guarded by Kobe Bryant. Kobe on the front, and then Hedo Turkoglu putting that Shaquille O'Neal left shoulder into the chest of Paul Gasol. Hito upset. I think he's out of sorts. First of all, that left elbow has been bothering me. Has taken off the sleeve that was on there.
Well, he's done for the rest of the half. Dwight Howard is back. Odom! Wide open lane to the basket for Lamar Odom. The Lakers cut the lead to 5.
And the presence of Paul Gasol out on the perimeter, taking Dwight Howard away from the basket. But somebody's got to show up in the paint from the weak side.
With Howard back in the game, the Magic go to him. There's a whistle and a foul on Gasol. That's number 2 on Gasol. Dwight Howard will get to the free throw line with 5:55 to play in the period.
Lamar Odom trying to get something going. He's ushered onto that right side. 51-46.
Have fun out there, Jeep. The Lakers in the West at 31-17. Phoenix, New Orleans, the Mavericks, the Jazz, and the Spurs all have a better record than the LA Lakers, even though they're 14 games over 500. And then Golden State at 29-20. But there is quite a battle for, going to be quite a battle for that 8th playoff position in the Western Conference.
But, you know, David, on a good week, the Lakers could climb up over a bunch of teams, and the Phoenix Suns will have to get acclimated to the addition of Shaquille O'Neal. And even though the Lakers are in the midst of this 9-game road trip, after the night they go down to Miami on Sunday, and then a game in Charlotte, and then to Minnesota before they head home. But all 3 of those games certainly look winnable for the Lakers, despite their mental and physical fatigue that they must be going through.
This is game 6 of the Lakers road trip. They lost to Detroit and then won at Toronto, at Washington, at New Jersey before losing in Atlanta on Wednesday night. The Grammys, they need 8 days to set up the Staples Center for the Grammys. So there's an 8-day setup, and then more time, you know, as the show takes place. So all of the LA teams have been out of Southern California. And last Sunday night, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings were all in New York City playing different teams, and the Anaheim Ducks were in Long Island. That's a 3-point shot by Vujacic to cut the Magic lead to 3.
Cannot leave Vujacic alone right now. He is absolutely smoking from beyond the 3-point line.
Magic offense has come to a grinding halt in this second period. And another Gasol flop, and the offensive foul on Dwight Howard.
You know, I'm thinking, David, that Dwight Howard's probably figuring Gasol has gone to the deck about 4 times tonight and has gotten the call 2 out of 3 until that one. Now make it 3 out of 4. Maybe Dwight thinking they're not going to give him another one, but that's really Paul Gasol's only chance to do. He's just not physically strong enough or imposing enough to battle Dwight Howard in there, so he's got to fall.
Howard with 2 fouls. They're both on Gasol's flop. Now he's got 3 with a hand check. So Turkoglu in foul trouble, and now Howard in foul trouble, and that spells trouble for Stan Van Gundy and the Magic. The lead is down to 3, and now Howard and Turkoglu will occupy seats side by side on the Magic bench. We still have 5:07 to play in the quarter.
And Dwight upset with the previous call at the other end of the floor, but he's got to compose himself and not pick up one there, even if he has to give up an open jump shot to a Paul Gasol in that setting. But just way too much time left here in this first half to have to go to the bench. Picked
up a cheap one there, didn't he? And Gasol rattles in the second to make it a one-point game. So the Magic's record-setting first period seems long forgotten right now. They're up by only one. And an incredulous Kobe Bryant has been called for a foul. His first of the night.
You know, and David, really, players on both teams, they have to make the adjustment to the way that the game is being called, and
if they can figure it out.
Yeah, well, it's always a difficult proposition. But
Orlando has gone ice cold from the field in the period. The Lakers on an 11-3 run.
And now you've got Hedo Turkoglu with 3 fouls as well. So both Dwight and Hedo, the two guys that make so many things happen offensively for the Magic, both sitting on the bench with foul problems.
Lewis takes it away from Kobe, and in frustration, Kobe Bryant fouls Lewis. Quick hands by Rashard. And over the limit are the Lakers. Lewis will shoot a pair. The Lakers have only committed 4 turnovers. Magic don't force many. They are near the bottom of the NBA in turnovers forced, rather 24th at 13.3 per game. Don't get a lot of steals, don't force a lot of turnovers, so in some ways have trouble getting easy baskets, although with Dwight Howard in a half-court setting, they do get their share of rather easy baskets.
Those extra possessions, which are normally so important, but that's just the nature of this ball club. We talked earlier about the fact that the Magic don't get a lot of second shot opportunities, which again would be beneficial to that, especially when you shoot the ball as well as the Magic do. You like to get some extra possessions, but the personnel just does not dictate that.
Good job by Foyle. Vujacic finally missing, and the Magic do a good job of keeping the Lakers off the offensive glass. Nelson. Well, he's been able to get past Laker guards all evening long. Lewis with a great move and a foul. Somehow it goes in. Lunging, falling, left-handed scooper by Rashard Lewis, and a foul on the Lakers. What a spectacular shot this one is.
Well, Kobe Bryant's trying to be extra physical, and I'm a little surprised at that with the 2 personal fouls. Not so much on that play, but the one before. But Rashard able to knife between Kobe and Vujacic and put up a very difficult shot and a little tap by Sasha.
How important is Rashard Lewis right now on the floor for the Magic with Howard and Turkoglu in foul trouble? And he comes through that time. Rashard with 5 in the period, 10 in the game.
Well, the Magic have firepower out there. It's just they don't have a lot of playmaking power right now. That means a lot of one-on-one type of stuff.
Gasol threw up a wild shot. Nelson scooting past Vujacic, driving to the basket, no good. Rebound Vujacic. Foyle is there and commits the foul on Kobe Bryant. Donald, very good shot blocker, and Kobe Bryant well aware of that fact as Donald spent 10 years out west with the Golden State Warriors.
So difficult to deal with Kobe in that situation. He's absolutely commands a double team once he's got the ball on the floor backing in. Not that he can't make a pass or not that he won't make a pass, but it's impossible to keep him from getting the shot he wants or for him drawing a foul.
Got the look of one of those 40-point nights, doesn't he, Kobe Bryant? The way he's
or more
attacking the basket.
Or more.
Radmanovic in, Vujacic out. Well, it's still, when you think about that 81-point outburst against Toronto in January of '06, just amazing. In the modern era of the NBA, that a player could score that many points in a game.
Well, don't forget, they would just put up the graphic of Kobe's production back in December, the 28 points. Don't forget, coming down the stretch of that game, the last 4 or 5 minutes, the Magic went to double teaming him out above the top, the free throw line, top of the circle. They were running at him, get the ball out of his hands, and the Lakers never really did anything against it. Again, you don't want to go to it at this particular juncture of the game, but it's certainly in the back of Stan Van Gundy's mind.
Monovich, he's hit a couple tonight. Oh, that's a rebound that should have been taken by the Magic. Cook and Foyle let it get away. Now Kobe and the floor spread out for him. He goes to work and draws the foul. Evans trying to dodge the contact. It was not much contact, but enough to get Kobe Bryant back on the free throw line. Evans' second personal. The Magic lead is 5.
Earlier today, Kobe was asked what impresses him the most about the Magic's 21-year-old big man.
Strongest guy I've ever played against. That guy is, he's really, really strong and very, very athletic and talented. And, it's fun playing with him. I can just close my eyes, throw the ball to the top of the backboard, and he'll go get it. So it's pretty amazing. I baptize him. I baptize him. I turn him into a defensive force.
So Kobe taking credit for Dwight's defensive prowess, but won't that be a tandem in China this summer going for the gold?
Great players. Dwight Howard just beginning his ascent as an NBA great. Kobe Bryant at the nadir of his NBA career at age 29 and in his 12th year in the NBA, and has scored 22 first-half points for the Los Angeles Lakers, who trail now by 3. Dwight Howard, Hedo Turkoglu on the bench with foul difficulty. Magic trying to maintain the lead.
Ball getting stuck now.
Accurate. Shot clock ticking down, and Evans makes a play. 10 points for the former Laker, Maurice Evans. He told Paul Kennedy before the game he just needed a chance to get consistent minutes. He's been in the starting lineup for 1 full month now with the Magic. They've played well consistently for Orlando. Gasol got an offensive rebound. The Magic have got to do a better job keeping the Lakers off the offensive glass with Howard on the bench.
Well, one of the things about the triangle offense, it does afford a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities because of the spacing, because of the nature of where the shots come from. And of course, anytime Kobe has it, you can pretty much anticipate that he's looking for a shot. Doesn't mean he's always going to take it, but it gives a good offensive rebound a little bit of a head start. In Paul Gasol's first game 2 games ago up in New Jersey with the Lakers, he had 6 offensive rebounds in that game, and he didn't really know anything at all about the offense to speak of.
This plays basketball. There you see the numbers, 11 and 6, and 3 out of 3 at the foul line. The Lakers have shot 18 free throws in the first half. That's usually the Magic's gig. They're only 6 of 8. The Magic among the league leaders in free throw attempts per game at 31. But only 8 so far tonight. Pat Garrity checked in during that dead ball situation. The Magic turn it over.
Well, the Lakers do shoot 4 more free throws than their opponents over the season. The Magic shoot 5 more than their opponents. They're right at the top of the league in that department, both the Magic and the Lakers.
And Gasol will go back to the foul line as he takes on Adonal Foyle, and a chance to tie the game.
And Paul Gasol, who's certainly not able to overpower Dwight Howard in there. Just the hard spin really gave him that little bit of an opening where he could use his length against Adonal Foyle, who just does not have the explosiveness to get up and challenge a 7-footer on that type of shot.
Gasol misses a chance to tie the game. Orlando has led from the opening tip, but it's only a 1-point advantage with 1:30 left in the first half.
Jameer has the 6'10" Vladimir Radmanovich on.
Interesting. They got Derek Fisher on Pat Garrity.
I think it was just in transition, I think.
Well, the basket is not going to count. Jameer had picked up his dribble. This should be a good field goal. Well, the Magic don't like this call at all.
Stan Van Gundy
his anger at this one. That shot should have counted. Foul is on Fisher, is that correct?
I don't know, David.
I
can't believe that's the way the Lakers want to play that. I think it was just more in transition that Fisher wound up with Pat Garrity, unless they were anticipating a high pick and pop type of play so they could just make an easy switch.
Yeah, we'll have to see it again because it was confusing as far as what the Lakers were doing matchup-wise. J.J. Redick will check in for the final minute 23. Crowd loves it, though. The Magic fans, well, they are just eager to see more of the young guy out of Duke, because every time he plays, he seems to provide some offensive firepower. But in a logjam behind Evans and Bogans and Dooling, can't find minutes.
J.J. Redick was a factor for the Magic back in at Staples Center back in early December. Made a nice contribution in that game with 11 points.
I think he had 8 in that game.
8 points off the bench. Yeah.
Evans is matched up with Kobe. Bryant runs over J.J. No call. And a 3. Oh, Stan Van Gundy is hot again. Vujacic ties the score at 61. Would have been Kobe Bryant's 3rd foul.
A smart play by J.J. Redick.
Under a minute to play in the quarter.
Redick being held by Vujacic. That's not a smart play by Sasha. Trying to be physical with J.J. J.J. did what he had to do to get the attention of the officials to get to the free throw line. And as great a free throw shooter as J.J. is, you see the hold there. And then once again, this gets all tangled up, foolishly, by Sasha Vujacic, saying he helped me.
Is Kobe having words with J.J. Redick? I don't know. Kobe Bryant started a conversation.
J.J.
Vujacic. No, Kobe's trying to keep Vujacic away.
Yeah. You know, J.J. Redick got a great opportunity to practice against the USA team in the offseason. And from what I understand, from what I read, spent a good amount of time with Kobe Bryant. Not so much on basketball things as much as how you work your way through the NBA. Now, they both came in under different circumstances. J.J. a 4-year college player, and Kobe coming in right out of high school. But sure, there's a lot to learn from a guy like Kobe Bryant.
Actually, J.J. said he just got beat up a lot by Kobe Bryant.
That too. That really won't hurt you. That's good beat up.
I don't mean that literally. You know what I'm talking about.
Good learning. Good learning experience. Yeah.
J.J. gives the Magic a 2-point lead. Oh, Evans lost track, but Kobe feeds Gasol, and we're tied at 63. 16 for Gasol. 22 for Kobe. A high-scoring first half, but the Magic really cooling down in the second period with all the foul difficulty. And the Lakers will have the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, it must be a good time to come get Kobe. Let Derek Fisher take a shot, or he's about the only one that
Gasol will set a screen, now slip to the rim. And they're going to shoot free throws with 8.6 seconds left. Foyle gets the foul call. The Lakers will shoot their 20th and 21st free throws of the first half. Foyle has 3 fouls. Cook has 3. Howard and Turkoglu have 3.
But what an offensive explosion by both teams here in the first half. The fans here really getting a show so far.
Well, hopefully Turkoglu and Howard can stay out of foul trouble in the second half. Give the Magic a fighting chance. Gasol gives the Lakers their first lead of the night. Jameer Nelson, double teamed, looking for help. Finds Evans, 3 seconds to play. Maurice looks up at the clock, gets clobbered, no foul, end of quarter. So the Lakers will take a 1-point lead into the locker room against the Magic, who led by 44-33 at the end of 1. Dwight Howard and Hedo Turkoglu get in foul trouble midway in the second period, and the Lakers take a 1-point lead. Talking with Paul about the team needing to keep Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol off the free throw line, which might be easier said than done, because, like you said, Kobe just has that determined look in his eye, and
Yeah,
Gasol also playing very, very well. It'll help if Howard and Turkoglu can stay in the game.
Got to stay out of foul trouble. And again, the Magic have to pound the ball inside to Dwight Howard to get the Lakers in foul trouble.
They want to go to Kobe. Maurice Evans denies the pass there. Radmanovich to Fisher. Quiet first half for Fisher, but he starts the third quarter with a big three. Fisher's first field goal of the game, and the Lakers have a 4-point advantage. Fisher, in the last 2 games on this road trip, 8 of 13 from beyond the arc. So not a surprise to see him knock that one down. Turkoglu unable to answer the rebound. Kobe Bryant. Not a good start to this third quarter. The Magic don't get a good shot. And Fisher knocks down a 3. Fisher for 2. And he makes another. And the Lakers build a 6-point advantage.
Fisher couldn't really get involved offensively in the first half. Only took 1 shot, but he had all kinds of defensive problems trying to contain Jameer Nelson.
See if the Magic can get the ball to Dwight Howard on this possession.
In the paint deep.
Howard squeezed one through there despite Odom's presence.
Yeah, I would not have been surprised, David, had they called 3 seconds. Dwight was in there a long time waiting and calling for the ball. Magic have to be ready to deliver to him when he's got that kind of position.
Bryant passed up a shot. Now takes one from beyond the arc. Gasol rebounds and stuffs it.
That's why he's able to draw a lot of fouls, too, because he's always around the basket. He's got that length. In that case, he just tapped the ball to himself. Really, he's one of those guys you got to make contact with. He's that good an offensive rebounder.
Evans makes the 3, but it won't count because of the foul on Odom away from the ball. Odom picks up his 3rd, and the first Laker foul in the period. We played almost 2 minutes. And LA leads by 6. They took their first lead late in the second quarter on a free throw by Gasol. Orlando led by as many as 11. Gasol bats it away with the shot clock at 3.
Pretty good execution by the Magic to kind of misdirect, get the ball back to the same side they started, with Dwight having excellent position again. That was a good defensive play by Gasol. Almost Rasheed Wallace-like, timing that move around to poke it away.
Hito takes a nasty spill. Tripped up by Radmanovich. His first.
And evidently, Hito has something going on with that left elbow. He tried the sleeve a little bit. Picked up his 3rd foul, or right before he picked up his 3rd foul, took the sleeve off. But no way, in any way, shape, or form is Hedo Turkoglu having the kind of offensive game that he has been playing all season long, but in particular the last 10 games. He's been off the charts.
Well, we played 16 minutes in that, or 15 in that first half. Triple team on Howard, but his shot won't go. A foul on Fisher. 3 Lakers squeezing in on Dwight Howard. Fisher's first personal. Howard only 1 of 3 at the line in the first half. He leads the NBA in free throw attempts, almost 12 per game. They only attempted 3 in the first half. Dwight is 6 of 6 from the field.
Well, there's no question the Lakers come into this game trying to somewhat contain Dwight Howard. It's the reason why the Magic got off to such a great start in that first quarter. 8 out of 11 from beyond the arc. So many good looks outside because the Lakers were sagging in defensively. And that's when Dwight has to do other things, get to the offensive boards, come out and set those quick random screens and roll hard to the basket. He's got to get himself on the move at the offensive end, but even more importantly, make sure he controls the paint at the defensive end. Got to keep a close eye on Gasol, but you got to be ready to help out on Kobe Bryant when he's penetrating.
Gasol already with an offensive rebound and dunk on Dwight in this third period. Derek Fisher lost control of the ball, but a foul on the Magic. Jameer Nelson. That's his 2nd, and the team foul number 1 on the Magic. Gasol cross court to Fisher. Nice rebound by Evans with Radmanovich in the area. And Nelson brings it to the front court. Orlando down by 4. Cross court to Mo Evans. Howard gets double teamed. Out of bounds back to the Magic with the shot clock at 11.
Well, snapback play by Kobe Bryant defensively, going with his man Maurice Evans, who was cutting through the lane, and Evans can't take him that close to Dwight Howard when he cuts through the lane. You got to take him out of the play if you can.
Fisher takes it away from Turkoglu. Kobe Bryant. Fisher really looking to score in the third quarter. And a rebound by Radmanovich. He'll go to the line. And those offensive rebounds for the Lakers becoming a factor in the third period.
And Kobe Bryant, who was so aggressive looking for his own shot in the early part of the first half, now has looked to be a passer here to start out the third quarter. Those turnovers, David, they hurt in the first half. 8 does not seem like a lot, but giving up 12 points off those 8 turnovers to the Lakers, only 4 turnovers and 4 points.
That's the thing. The Magic not creating any
easy baskets
with their defense. Having to earn all of their points, and they scored 63 of them in the first half.
The Lakers like to go to this little delayed three-quarter trap after free throw situations. That's all it is in this case, just a delay.
Nelson bounces it inside. Howard on the crowd out to Turkoglu. The 3-shot is no good. Hedo had a good look at it. Doesn't look very comfortable in the offensive set right now. Bryant lost it, got it back to Odom. Fisher. Tough shot with the offhand by Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher trying to do his Kobe Bryant imitation here to start the third quarter. Just about every time he has touched the ball, he has stopped it, holding, looking for his own play.
Turkoglu got it up to the rim, but no good. Radmanovich starts a fast break for the Lakers, who lead by 8. Odom for 3. The Lakers build an 11-point lead. That matches the biggest lead by either club tonight, as the Magic had an early 11-point advantage. Now the Lakers early in the third period taking command of the game, and a timeout taken by the Magic. Odom with his second 3 of the night. The Magic started the night bombing from three-point land. Now the Lakers take over. Foul trouble for Dwight Howard and Hedo Turkoglu in the second quarter, giving the Lakers an opportunity, which they took advantage of, to take a 1-point lead at the half, and now they've stretched that lead to 11. Sean Lewis has not been much involved in the offense in quite some time. Bryant lines up, matched up with Jameer Nelson. Tough break in and out.
But for the most part, the Lakers playing much tougher defense here to start the third quarter, and for whatever reason, they're trying to go Derek Fisher against Jameer Nelson. Fisher's got 7 of their 14 points here to start the third.
Turnover Kobe. Turkoglu with the steal. Lewis passed up the 3, and Evans dunks it. 12 points for the former Laker, Maurice Evans.
The Magic taking advantage of the Kobe Bryant turnover, and that's what has to happen for Orlando, where they start getting some rhythm at the offensive end so they can carry it over to the defensive end.
Leave Radmanovich out there. His pass deflected by Turkoglu and out of bounds with the shot clock at 4. Magic double teaming Kobe Bryant that time over in the right corner.
4 on the shot clock.
Radmanovich triggers it into Kobe. Trying to draw the foul, now takes the shot, no good. Dwight Howard with the rebound. His AP had 7 rebounds in the first quarter. Turkoglu, driving layup to cut the lead to 5.
And maybe that'll get Turk going. He's been laboring. He's been laboring offensively. Hit a couple of threes in the first quarter.
Early.
And yeah, very early, and his shot has not looked good from the perimeter since. So need a couple of layups, or really maybe only one layup to get yourself going again.
He's taking that sleeve off of his left elbow. So no protection for that sore left elbow. Howard with 3 fouls. Going to have to be careful. Oh my. A foul on Dwight is his 4th. Referee Sean Corbin with a very unpopular call against Dwight Howard.
Well, you know, Paul Gasol, like so many of European players from South America, they are so demonstrative when there's any kind of it's almost the soccer mentality. The slightest touch, they make it look like they're getting hit by a truck.
Dwight's going to stay on the floor. I'm surprised they didn't go right back to Gasol. See if he couldn't, or rather to Howard, see if Gasol couldn't bait Dwight into his 5th foul. Howard backs Gasol down and hooks it in. Now it's a 5-point game. The lead reduced from 11. The Magic on a 6-0 run. They'll go to Gasol this time. Nope. Going to give it to Radmanovich instead. Kobe Bryant. Personal foul number 5 on Dwight Howard. Well, he hasn't really earned these fouls tonight. That's too bad.
I don't think he's got a good lick in yet. Kobe was thinking of winding up and throwing another one down. Just Dwight getting his hands and arms away from his body, and again, not a very aggressive. He just touched him on the hip area. Boy, this will be a steep uphill climb. When Dwight Howard is not on the floor for the Magic, it is very difficult to get any kind of offense going. He's one of the tops in the league at his time on the floor.
3-point play for Kobe, so Howard will sit for a long time. Can the Magic stay in the game? Down by 8, mark it down, with Dwight Howard going out of the ball game and 5:20 to play in the period. Rebound Gasol. Another 3-point chance for Kobe Bryant.
The Lakers very patient at time offensively, waiting for Kobe Bryant to get his spot, and you just can't guard him one-on-one in this type of position. And you know, Maurice Evans has done a terrific job on a number of occasions, not leaving his feet, but it's so hard to do. You want to challenge his shot, you want to make it tougher. The only way to do that is get up off your feet, but when you do that, Kobe jumps into you. But at this point now, given the lineup that the Magic have out on the floor, you almost, especially when Kobe touches below free throw line extended, you pretty much got to send that next closest player at him to make him get rid of the ball.
He shot 12 free throws tonight. Now Turkoglu's on the bench with foul trouble again. And it's an 11-point Laker lead. Brian Cook is in. Keith Bogans checking in. Magic have not been in this much foul trouble in any game this year. Gasol with the block on 4. Bryant feeds Gasol on a foul. Count the basket for the Lakers, and they are just beginning to pick apart the Magic with Howard, Turkoglu in foul trouble most of the game. It's really a shame that get excited about an opportunity to see 2 great teams and great players go at it, and you get half a game.
Kobe Bryant knows that any kind of penetration by him through the lane along the baseline, and he's just going to draw the next defender. And he knows if it's Gasol in the area, he's got excellent hands and a very good catcher and finisher.
Well, look at his numbers: 8 of 10 shooting from the field,
and he's just kind of hanging around.
22 points. Lewis with a nice up and under move. The shot no good, but tipped in. I think Rashawn got it himself.
Paul Gasol is doing now for the Lakers what they hoped Lamar Odom would do when he first joined this ball club, coming over for the Miami Heat. They hope Andrew Bynum learns how to do. Just play off Kobe.
Gasol buries the jumper. Lakers lead by 14 again. He looks like he fits very nicely in that triangle offense, doesn't he? Nelson, Ryan Cook. For three.
And what the Magic might want to think about doing here, since Adonal Foyle's not going to be able to do much with Gasol anyway, is really go small. Leave Cook as the lone big man there with the Rashard Lewis, possibly J.J. Redick, and try to make the Lakers adjust personnel-wise.
There's going to have to be something, I think, drastic by Stan Van Gundy for the Magic to get back in. They'll probably try to scramble the game if they can late in the fourth period. Gasol drills it again. He is 10 of 12 from the field.
And Adonal Foyle wasn't within 20 feet of him.
Wide open lane for Nelson. 13 for Jameer. It's an 11-point Laker lead. Offensive foul, a moving screen by Kobe Bryant. That's his third. 2:50 left in the third period. The Lakers 91. The Magic 80.
Up competition?
Well, I think Dwight wants to go out and prove himself. The big man can dunk the ball and show a lot of athleticism too. But I think he's going to do well because he's determined to show folks that he should have won it last year. So he's determined.
Nick, thanks for the visit.
Thank you. Thank you.
On this date in history, David and Matty, right here in 1992, Nick Anderson, the star of the show.
Well, that was a thrilling time, and after the Magic moved into that new event center in 2010, 2011, you can almost guarantee that it won't be long before the All-Star game will be back here in Central Florida. Bogan's off the Laker turnover, and the Magic cut the lead to 6.
Coming out of that timeout, Stan Van Gundy has in fact gone small, taking Adonal Foyle out and bringing J.J. Redick in. And it has given the ball club some life and has gotten his crowd back into the game. Maybe the Magic will come and do a little double teaming. They normally don't double team, but it may be in order here.
So far, no double team. Now, Redick dropping down, but Gasol just turns and banks it in.
He's not all that powerful or strong, but he's stronger than Brian Cook.
He's got 28 on 11 of 13 shooting from the field. Nelson slips between a double team and reverses it in. 15 for Jameer Nelson. Orlando's back to within 6.
Jameer has wanted to attack the basket. No problem against Fisher. Certainly no problem against Jordan Farmar, who's supposed to be a good individual defender.
Three-point shot by Farmar. And hurts Farmar's first field goal tonight. Stretching the lead tonight. Nelson out to Rashard. Long through. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. Under a minute to play in the third period. Odom, after faking the three, drives to the basket, lays it in, and the Lakers have a double-digit lead again.
And now you got the threat of Gasol inside. Of course, Kobe always a threat. And now any kind of penetration, just no shot blocking in there for the Magic. So what you're getting offensively, which is good, but defensively going to be all kinds of problems.
Redick had a good look. Rebound Farmar. Orlando had this lead down to 6. Farmar tried to split the pass between two Magic men. And the ball kicked away. Luke Walton checking in for Los Angeles for Lamar Odom. Walton played only 4 minutes in the first half. Bill Jackson not relying very heavily on his bench tonight. Kobe Bryant playing almost the entire game so far, as has Gasol.
But this team has a lot of depth now with the addition of a Paul Gasol, and still no Andrew Bynum yet. He's a couple months away.
Closing seconds of the third quarter. After the Magic dropped in 44 in the first period, only 19 in the second, and 24 in the third. Nelson for 2. Rebound Bryant, and that's the end of the period. So with the Magic suffering from severe foul problems, the Lakers with an 11-point lead.
It's important that the Magic stay connected. Only down 11 right now, and by that I mean stay in this 9, 10, 11 area, or certainly cut into it if you can, till you get to about the 6-minute mark before you bring Dwight Howard back. Now, if the Magic get down 15-16 here in the opening minutes of the fourth quarter, you got to throw caution to the wind and get Dwight back out on the floor.
Lakers and the Magic both scored 24 points in the third period. There's a pretty pass by Turkoglu, but Cook missed the shot. And offensive basket interference by Brian Cook.
Legal assist to score. Lakers ball.
And Brian got to finish that one.
Yep, nice play by Hedo Turkoglu back on the floor with his 4 personal fouls.
Magic starting the period with Redick and Nelson in the backcourt. Bogans, Turkoglu, and Cook. Gasol, a rare miss tonight. He's made 11 of 14 shots from the floor.
It's the first time he's taken any kind of a fadeaway shot, so good defense there by Brian Cook to force that.
Bogans out to Nelson. Jameer draws a crowd and kicks it to Turkoglu. 4-3. Nice job by Jameer Nelson.
It's almost like a Dwight Howard post-up. Get the ball into the paint. And you got good shooters out on the perimeter right now. So Jameer, in effect, is your post-up guy. He's driving the ball.
Following jumper by Kobe Bryant gives him 30 for the night. Lakers by 10.
He's going to go ahead and make that. You go ahead.
JJ. Long rebound, Cook. Cross court to Bogans. He'll launch a 3. Brian Cook, another rebound. Foul on Gasol. Brian Cook giving the Magic a little bit of what they need with Howard unavailable. 2 offensive rebounds on this sequence.
Oh, there's a small team out on the floor for the Lakers right now, somewhat matching the Orlando Magic, and Brian Cook taking advantage of it there, but nobody really there to help out Paul Gasol on the boards.
The Magic made 8 of 11 3-point shots in the first period, tying a franchise record for threes in a quarter. Since that time, they are 4 of 13. Well, the threes have stopped falling, which is, you would expect an in Dwight Howard night of the game.
Well, that's the biggest reason why they're 8 for 11, and why they're 4 for 13. Presence of Dwight, non-presence of Dwight. Changes the whole way you play defense when he's on the court.
He played almost 2 minutes. It's an 8-point lead. Luke Walton. Cook with the rejection. Nelson was out of bounds, attempting to save it. Brian Cook, he's got some hops tonight against his former team.
I didn't know Brian had that in his games, and he's all tied up with Paul Gasol, #1 priority, but great help defense there.
Redick is on Kobe. Double team. Fall away. Banked it too strong. Magic ball. Farmline touched it last. Well, a good double team. A timely double team by Keith Bogans.
Yeah, if you can keep Kobe taking that fadeaway jumper, that'll go a long way. Where he can really do damage is when he penetrates, because he can score himself, he can draw fouls, he can make passes for easy baskets.
Redick driving on to Kobe Bryant. The Lakers have some pretty good looks. Deion Dooling preparing to check in for the Magic. And now Dwight Howard. Hand check foul on Nelson. And the Magic's first team foul. And with 9:29 left, Dwight Howard will return with 5 personal fouls.
Boy, it's been so easy for the Lakers to get the ball inside to Paul Gasol. Anytime they put the ball on the floor, they're always looking for him to show up in the paint.
He's had a great night. Farmar. In and out. Rebound Bogans. And Gasol picks up his 4th foul. Dwight Howard running the floor and getting some good low post position, and Gasol trying to push him off the block as the ball arrived.
Phil Jackson going to go with Ronny Turiaf here. Gasol's gone this whole second half. Going to try to get him a breather. You wonder if he's going to get Kobe Bryant out of there at all. Kobe looks fresh. Not even breathing hard.
He came out 2 minutes in the first half.
This is when he normally gets the breather. Late 3rd, early 4th. Tries to steal about 2 or 3 minutes. The Lakers definitely taking this game very seriously.
Obviously, with Kobe Bryant not coming off the floor. Dooling turns the corner. Turiaf reached in, fouled him, and Keon will have a 3-point opportunity. Nice job by Dooling. Not just to get into the lane, but also to finish despite the rake by Turiaf.
Wide open spaces as Keon Dooling forced to go to his left. His strong hand as a driver, even though he's a right-hander. Going in there against a good shot blocker, Turiaf. Good play by Keon.
And the Magic have cut the lead to 5. They give this Magic team a lot of credit tonight against the Laker team. Very good team and playing outstanding basketball. And despite Howard's foul trouble and Turkoglu's foul trouble, it's a 5-point game. 8:50 to play. Odom. Walton, a long 2, way off. Turkoglu to Bogans. Howard had it knocked away, but Keith got it back. Bogans tried to force that one. Turkoglu to a surprise Rashard Lewis. Good catch. Touch pass to Dooling. Dooling with the shot clock ticking down. Turkoglu fighting for the rebound, but Kobe Bryant's got it to the Lakers. Bryant has really deferred to his teammates in the second half.
And he wants it now, though. Getting a little frustrated. He can't get it in a spot where he'd like to start from. Shot clock against him.
And Howard rebounds the Bryant miss. Good defensive sequence.
Keeping the ball out of Kobe's hand. That's a good start right there.
Bogans for 3. The lead is down to 2. Don't turn your head on these 3-point shooters. Tiger Woods loves it, and the Magic have cut the lead to 198.
The Magic keep fighting back and fighting back, coming all the way back to within 2 points, 7:39 to go.
There are your leading candidates tonight. Brian Cook, Keith Bogans, Keon Dooling have all been productive. Derek Fisher coming back in the game, launching a 3, no good. Rebound Howard. And the Magic have a chance to tie or take the lead.
A little surprised by that coming out of that timeout. They first looked for the lob for Kobe. Wasn't there, defended well, but then they weren't patient enough to get him the ball. You got to feel he's going to start chasing that ball and attacking the rim.
Turkoglu tried to pass, and Howard had turned to get a rebound. Didn't see the ball coming. Fisher left open, and you can't back away from Derek Fisher. 4-point lead for the Lakers. Fisher had just 2 at the half. Now has 11. Keon Dooling. Howard keeping it alive. A big offensive rebound. Lewis for 3. Laker lead is tough to run on the 3-ball by Rashard Lewis, his 3rd tonight.
That's when you get some of your best looks from beyond the arc off offensive rebounds when the defense is all disjointed.
Isolation play for Kobe. Fall away jumper. Can't do more than Bogans did.
Took away his inside move to the paint or to the rim. Said normally a tough shot. Kobe makes it look a little bit easy, but it's not.
He's got 32. Sweet Lou for 3. Short this time. Kobe Bryant rebounds with under 6 to play in the 4th period. Kobe tripped up by Keyon Dooling. Second foul on Dooling, second team foul on the Magic. And Kobe Bryant is still on the floor with 5:51 remaining. We'll be back. Orlando tying a franchise record with 8 threes in a quarter. That was back in the first period. I have a feeling they're going to need to make a few more if they're going to win this game. And slow down this Laker Express. Kobe Bryant chased around by Bogans and Howard. Shot clock is down to 5. Kobe keeping his dribble alive. Turiaf driving the baseline. Left it short. He rebounds and dunks it. Ronny Turiaf's first field goal tonight.
Well, the defense was outstanding against Kobe Bryant, but somebody's going to be open in that case. And it looked like it was going to be Troy. They should have let him just take the 18-foot jump shot.
Howard soaring over Kobe Bryant. Hedo Turkoglu put it right on the money. Magic trail by 3. Good job by Bogans. Turiaf again. He traveled. His feet hit the ground. He still had the ball. Shocking that Kobe Bryant passed the ball up as it looked like he had a shot.
Hedo Turkoglu becoming one of the best alley-oop passers in the business, especially to that guy. Dwight Howard off that weak side. I think he got a back pick from Keith Bogans to set him free.
Boy, packed house tonight. Nobody going to leave early for this one. 4:45 left. Howard triple teamed. Gets it out to Nelson. Now Bogans for 3. We are tied at 106. Bogans with 2 pressure-packed threes in the fourth period. Magic have come from 14 down. Oh, that's his moving screen on Odom. Yes, sir. Bogans got decked by the moving screen. 4 personal fouls on Odom.
They got a walking violation on Turiaf on the play before. Here, a casual, lazy screen set by Lamar Odom, but a good job by Keith Bogans to make that play happen.
Now that ball screen, he was still moving after handing the ball off. Magic with a chance to reclaim the lead. Gasol. Gasol back in the game defending Howard. Nelson. Orlando takes the lead for the first time since early in the second quarter. They make that late in the second quarter. 63-61. They're up 108-106. Fisher. Deflection by Nelson out of bounds to the LA Lakers with 14 on the shot clock.
Now the Magic are really doing a lot of good things defensively. They definitely have the Lakers out of their rhythm right now.
Been a lot of one-on-one Kobe and trying to create. Here he is again. One-on-one with Bogans. This time they put him on top. Well, what a job by Bogans. Fisher for 3. He makes a big shot again for the Lakers to put them on top. 109-108. He is a big shot maker in clutch situations, Derek Fisher. Turkoglu from beyond the arc. Lewis kept it alive, but the Lakers come away with the ball. Howard on Gasol. Bryant. Rebound Nelson. 3 minutes to play in the game. Lewis. Up short, Fisher. Now Bryant, LA up by 1. Gasol makes it a 3-point game. Kobe Bryant with the assist. What a night for Gasol and Kobe. They've combined for 62 points. Gasol with 30, Kobe Bryant with 32, and the Lakers lead by 3.
All kinds of difficulty trying to guard these 2 guys in a 2-man play. The little pick. The roll, great catch by Paul Gasol. We got a thriller here in Orlando.
Lakers have scored 5 unanswered points, and a lot of it due to the play of two individuals for LA tonight. What a night for Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol.
Well, Kobe Bryant coming in with a dislocated pinky on his right hand. Paul Gasol coming in with a bad back. Neither one looked like anything was wrong. And this is only the third time these two guys have played together. They look like they've been at it for about 8 years, playing off one another unbelievably well.
Tonight's Checkers double-double. Consider that Gasol and Bryant have combined. They've doubled up on the Magic for 62 points. And a big reason why the Lakers have dropped in 111 points tonight on Orlando. Plenty of time left, 2.5 minutes, only a 3-point LA lead. Lewis to Turkoglu, fakes the three. Now Bryant lays it in. Not been a great night for Hedo Turkoglu, but don't count him out in the fourth period.
That was a fabulous play there. Hedo was looking to draw a foul on pump fakes out on the perimeter and said, I'm not going to get a call here. I might as well put my head down and go right to the rim.
Two-man game, and they run the pick and roll again. Gasol, cross-court, Radmanovic. Long three, Fisher. Rebound, Turkoglu. Chance to take the lead. Here goes Hedo. He'll get to the line with that opportunity. Let's get an update from Paul Kennedy.
And Hedo, David and Matty, simply following orders. Stan Van Gundy told his team during the timeout that they had fallen into settling for jump shots. He said, we need to attack. I want you to drive the basketball and draw contact. And that is what Turkoglu has done, David.
That's great advice. And the Magic have only shot 17 free throws tonight, well under their per-game average. Turkoglu ties the game at 111. That's his first free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, it's not like Paul Gasol can't block a shot. He's a decent shot blocker, but he's so locked into Dwight Howard that he's going to try to stay with him as long as possible. And if he does come, you've got that drop-off or just get it up on the backboard of the rim where Dwight can clean up.
112-111 with a minute 45 remaining. Bogans has done a splendid job on Kobe. This time he beats Bogans to the basket and a foul, but the shot will not count. And the Magic are not over the limit.
That's the third team foul on the Magic.
Phil Jackson actually stood up.
He's been up a few times tonight. That's unusual. That's a timeout. Even coming out of the court.
Well, he's upset about that call, not giving the Lakers credit for the field goal. Well, here's what Phil Jackson is upset about. The officials ruling that Kobe Bryant was not in the act of shooting. So the Lakers will inbound the ball, Magic by 1.
Keith Bogans, Brian Cook, Keon Dooling, all doing an outstanding job coming off the bench for Stan Van Gundy.
They're running their offense through Gasol. He hands off to Kobe. Tough shot. No good. Lewis, a big rebound with a minute 20 to play.
Great defense by Keith Bogans.
Can't do better. 112-111. Hedo for three. As many big shots as he has made, that is surprising it did not go down. Kobe Bryant going right at him. Turkoglu blocks the shot for the foul. 1 minute to play.
Key part of that whole play is Keith Bogans got wiped out by a Vladimir Radmanovic screen. And I think Kobe was dying to get one to try to shake loose of Keith. It was just a matter of throwing his body in there.
Kobe Bryant on the line for the 13th time tonight. He ties the score at 112. Bryant with 33. And 11 of 13 from the free throw line. The Lakers 113. The Magic 112. A 22nd timeout is taken by the Magic.
High Pick and roll for the Magic, whether it's Hedo Turkoglu able to cross him over and get in the paint. Jameer Nelson has been able to get into the paint. And why not keep going to it in the hopes of getting a good shot opportunity or drawing a defender and a little dish to Dwight Howard.
Now, Kobe Bryant is guarding Hedo Turkoglu, trying to play a little mind game with Hedo before the ball was inbounded. Went nose to nose with it. Hedo ignoring it. Bryant almost stole the ball. He'll take timeout. Hedo will. Stopping the clock. Kobe Bryant now talking trash to Hedo Turkoglu.
Kobe getting a piece to flick it away, but Hedo Turkoglu diving headlong just to cover up and get the stoppage and maintain possession. Up with Kobe Bryant, a dangerous defensive player against Hedo. I think Jameer Nelson, he's had his way with Fisher, Farmar, doesn't matter. He can get wherever he wants to go.
Now Jameer's got it, Fisher on it. Jameer for two. In and out. Tough break by Nelson. Big rebound, Bryant. Lakers by one. 43 seconds left. Nelson got a good look. Odom. Blocked by Howard. Goaltender. Well, it was close. Good effort by Dwight, but the officials say it was on its downward turn.
All game long, Lamar Odom has been an innocent bystander. He has not been aggressive at all with his offense. Maybe on one or two occasions, taking the ball hard to the hoop. That was a monster.
That was close, too, to being a good block. Bogum's under the rim. His shot no good, but the Lakers lose it out of bounds. 17.9 seconds left. The Magic have a timeout remaining.
Nice move by Bogan. Had to put up so much spin once he got to the other side of the rim that I think that all that English on the ball kind of kicked it out.
He was kind of looking for some contact, too, from Gasol. It's a three-point game, and the Magic using their final timeout.
Lakers have one timeout remaining. Magic are done.
Hedo Turkoglu will pass it in. Lewis comes open, pulls the trigger. Well, he got fouled from behind on that shot. There's no call and a foul on the Magic. I thought Lewis got hit on the head.
Wow. Well,
could be wrong, but it sure looked like his head.
Well executed. Very well executed, and Richard is going to be open, and Lamar Odom late getting there, but the long left arm, let's see. Looked like a good block.
And the foul, clearly the Magic fouling purposely. Stan Van Gundy appealing, but nothing will happen, obviously. Referee Mark Lindsay that Richard got hit on the back of the head. But it might have been a clean block by Odom. Kobe Bryant at the line. Now it's a 4-point game and only 14 seconds left. Kobe Bryant come off the floor in the second half? I don't think he did.
No, he did not.
He a player of the game. And he'll finish with 46 minutes. And now was a big game for the Lakers.
And now definitely a three. And quickly.
Lewis surviving, running two. And Turkoglu with the rebound. Fouled by Gasol. And only 4.6 seconds left and a 5-point lead for the Lakers. No timeouts remaining for the Magic. Well, Dwight Howard only able to play 29 minutes tonight because of foul trouble. Well under his 40 per game. And such an influence. Dwight, when he came back into the game, remember, Matty, it was about 9.5 minutes to go. The Magic were down by 8. They took that 108-106 lead briefly, but not able to hold on.
Although the Magic did a good job of staying in the game while Dwight was on the bench with that 5th foul.
Derek Fisher going to dribble out the clock. And the Lakers hand the Magic a 4-point defeat. 117-113 is the final tally. Lakers on this 9-game road trip played extremely well tonight. A hold off the Magic. Jameer Nelson got popped by somebody on that last play. And Stan Van Gundy is not happy about what he apparently feels was a cheap shot. I'm not sure who it was, but Jameer's okay. But the Magic falling to the Lakers, so that'll be a 1-1 split with Los Angeles this season. The Magic winning in LA. And the Lakers in Orlando. Let's check in with Paul Kennedy.
Well, he was with Jameer Nelson a moment ago. What did Jameer, is he all right? You look like you inadvertently got him in the air.
Yeah, we bumped heads. That's probably the hardest part on both of our bodies, so I think we'll be okay.
Derek just had a lot of drama at the finish, but at the outset, Orlando gave you quite a punch. 44 points at the outset. They hit 8 threes. How did you respond to that?
Well, we knew that they weren't going to continue to be able to shoot the ball from distance for the entire game. They're a really good shooting team. We knew that coming in, but we knew if we just kept being solid on defense, the threes would start to go in our favor, and we could get stops and rebounds. Getting Dwight Howard in a little foul trouble didn't hurt it all either.
You guys are on a very long road trip. When it began, you did not have Pau Gasol. The difference he makes to your team, he had a 30-point night this evening.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all the facets of his game out there when he's playing, he really makes everyone's job easier. He's smart offensively, he's smart defensively, and he really wants to be a part of something special, and that's what we're trying to build here.
Are you going to have to win 50, 55 games to make the playoffs? In the West, there's an arms race going on right now.
I'll tell you what, at this pace, you might have to win 56, 57, 58 games to get in there, especially we want to have a home court advantage and being one of those top 4 seeds. But we're just going to keep playing it one game at a time, 1 week at a time.
It's as if you really had to have this game. We talked about the mindset here. This very long road trip.
Yeah, we had to have this game. We talked about it coming in. Against a good team like this, we can really get some momentum from this game and finish these 3 games out on this trip.
Congratulations. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you.